Hi everybody, back again. So yes, this is a continuation of today. This is about the bridge between healing and awakening, the bridge between the embodiment of who we've become. A lot of us have been on our healing journey, but got I'm quite surprised actually. There's a lot of spiritual people I know that have got no idea of what's been going on in the outer world. You know, they've done all of the inner work and everything like that. And then there's the other side of the fence. We've got those that are awake to what's going on in the world, but they're still living in the trauma of their past pain and past conflicts. So many souls are awakening right now, and they're seeing beyond illusion. They're questioning everything, and they're feeling the pull to something greater. You know, and that's what we all came here for. But awakening doesn't automatically equal healing. And the mind might see the truth, but the body still holds the fear. So awakening happens in the mind, healing happens in the body, and the bridge between them is the embodiment. So this is what we're aiming for at this time, especially when we're going through this really intense energy. Hi, Russell, this really intensive energy that we're going through at the moment. You know, empaths, a lot of empaths are feeling in their bodies because, you know, like all of this energy we're being bombarded with, you know, from other dimensions, from you know, from everything that's happening, all of the energy, the media, all of that sort of stuff, all of that energy we're being bombarded with at the moment. So we need to really stay grounded at the moment and go with the flow of the energy. Like I've just done my weekly group breath work, and I've got a group we do weekly now, and I did a channeling in there, and this is about it's like at the moment, like ride the waves of the energy. Like some days, like yesterday, I was absolutely whacked, like just felt like a zombie, and today I feel amazing. So, and part of the channeling that came through was we need to really just honor our energy at the moment. You know, if your body's tired because you're being upgraded and regenerated, hi Faye, being regenerated every level, there's so many things going on. So if you feel tired, make sure you stay hydrated, try and keep yourself grounded, you know, like walking on like barefoot on the earth, whatever it is that you do to ground. Like for me, it's breath work and yoga. They're the things that keep me grounded, regardless of what's going on energetically. And when you've got heaps of energy, that's the time to sort of be putting your energy out there, you know, to be doing the things that you need to be doing. So, but this is also to realize that, you know, what's going on in the outer world at the moment is triggering a lot of people, you know, and the chaos and everything that triggers us, it's not a regression. It's like we're not going backwards, because at the moment so many people are saying, oh my God, old wounds, old trauma, old stuff's coming up. It's not a regression. We're not going backwards. It's just an invitation into integration. And we're also too, it's like we're fine-tuning ourselves now, you know, we're fine-tuning all of the inner work that we have done. For those who've done it, we're just fine-tuning now. You know, we've done the deep core work. So awakening without healing. So external awakening can expose our inner wounds. So if you see corruption and manipulation and violence and control systems falling, part of you cheers, but then another part feels quite scared or powerless. You know, so this is the polarity of the you know, the awakening and the healing. You might end a relationship, or it might end really suddenly, you know, like at the moment, a lot of people's relationships, because anything that's not in alignment with us is going to be, you know, shattered basically, because it's making way for what is in alignment with the vibration that we've come. And a lot of people have been hanging on to relationships knowing it's way past its use by date, or a job, or whatever it is. And it keeps you in that place of, you know, being scared and powerless. Or when you do maybe end the relationship, you might feel liberated, but then a part of you feels abandoned, you know, so that's the abandonment wound that's coming up, you know. So you might lose your job. Like my job the other day was just taken out from under me, which is my job, which just sort of keeps, you know, keeps things flowing and all of that sort of stuff. Boom, no notice, boom, finish. It's like, okay, well, I just have to trust that the universe, there's a reason for that, you know. So, but then there's a part of you's like, oh my God, like, because we're being called to a higher purpose. I know that I'm being called to this is my higher purpose. This is my calling, what I'm doing. This is my higher purpose. And as I keep growing and evolving and awakening more, this will keep evolving more. But the old fears of survival rise, like the old fears of like, oh my God, how am I going to pay the rent? All of that stuff, it's like we've got that mind chatter, that's the thing that's been keeping us small. So that's been coming up for lots of people, that loop of, oh my God, abundance. So many people are really struggling at the moment. It's like this rubber band being pulled so tight, it's like, oh my God, I don't know how much I can hang on for. And that's where you just got to surrender and let go and just trust, because there's a bigger picture to all of this. We are part of, this is a divine plan. It's not about what's going on in the 3D world, because that doesn't exist where we're evolving to, but we actually need to bridge to get to where we're going. So where in your life do you know the truth, but you don't feel safe to live it? This is a bridge moment where awareness meets the unhealed part. Where in your life are you hanging on to something that I know people that are still in relationships because of the financial, the financial security, and they don't trust themselves to be able to survive on their own without that income coming in. Or I know a woman that's been in a job for 40 years, 40 years, no change, terrified of any change, but it's not helping her. It's not helping. So where in your life are you the truth, but you don't feel safe to live it, because that's that inner child. That's part of you that doesn't feel safe to be able to actually be who you came here to be. So the other side, healing without awakening, some will stay endlessly healing. This is what I said before, revisiting wounds without stepping into creation, going in, oh my gosh, I've got to heal this and I'm so broken. And none of us are broken. None of us are, we have wounds, or we have parts of us that maybe needed love or needed attention, that were rejected or abandoned. That's all it is, but the mind keeps us in the loop that we're broken. So the mind will keep looking for something else to, something else to fix. So you might do the shadow work and the therapy, but you never integrate your light. You're still believing that something's wrong with you. So that's like a default program as well too. It's almost like not more procrastination maybe, or a way of like putting it off. It's like, well, I'm just going to keep looking for things to find because I'm not quite ready yet, and I'm not quite pretty enough, and I'm not quite this, and I'm not quite that. You are enough as you are right here, right now. So when you're doing that, healing becomes an identity rather than a doorway to freedom. So awakening without healing ungrounds you. Healing without awakening traps you. Integration is the sacred middle path, and that's what we're aiming for by doing this right here, right now. So this is where we learn to live our awakening, not to just talk about it. The triggers aren't punishment, they're portals, and the nervous system isn't the enemy, it's a messenger of your evolution. So a lot of people going through dark nights of the soul at the moment. So many, I've just come through another, I've had so many, this has probably been the deepest, darkest one that I've ever come through. And oh my God, the light on the other side is amazing, because it's like when you've got grief or trauma or something that you've been carrying in your body, and you do it as a conscious process to go really deep, to look at all of those parts of you that have been, because they come up, when you're going through, they come up, all of the wounded parts or the parts that you thought you'd healed, they will come up. And but it's also an opportunity to give those parts of you that are wounded and that have been grieving, or that have been angry, or that have been sad, or that have been carrying physical illness in the body, first physical pain in the body, because that's emotions that you haven't dealt with. So it's all of this stuff, and this is all being amplified at the moment, and it's just an opportunity for us to heal and to fine-tune who we are. So if you just want to close your eyes and just take a really, really deep, deep breath, and just let it out. And imagine you're grounding yourself. And just say to yourself internally, just repeat after me, I'm safe to awaken. I'm safe to feel. I'm safe to be seen in my truth. And just feel that. Feel that feeling of safety. I'm safe to awaken. I'm safe to feel. And I'm safe to be seen in my truth, because this is what the aim is for all of us at this time, where there's no more shining light, there's going to be no more witch burning or anything like that. So this is a time to be rising above all of that and coming through it. So we're not meant to choose between awakening and healing, but we're here to become the bridge, awake, aware, and embodied. So when every external trigger is a mirror for internal liberation, so when the two merge, peace is no longer a concept, it becomes your natural state. So what that means is, with all of the stuff that's going on in the outside world, and it's like those things of anger that this is happening and this is happening and this person and this person, it doesn't matter. None of it's any of our business, honestly. Like, none of it's, like, observe it now. I've been absolutely, I still post stuff, but I'm not attached to it. The only thing that I will keep posting is exposing the pedophile, because there's nothing on the planet that makes that okay, and people need to wake up to that, because that is what is going to be the thing that unites the world. And so it gives me, now it's not a trigger of anger, it's more like a force of creativity, because I've worked through my abuse as a child and my lifetimes of being trafficked and all of that stuff. So I've worked through that now. So my feeling for it is about the healing for the children. And that's why we do these meditations and we heal them, we set them free. This is what comes through my spirit now as a result of healing that around this. So I'll tune in, we'll do like a meditation. But if anyone wants to walk across the bridge, like, create this bridge for yourself between healing and awakening, because like, you can just see this big thing. As I said before, one's been doing deep inner work, but they've got no idea what's going on in the outside world, which is okay, because we don't need to, but in a sense we do, because very soon all of the lies, and this is what we've had to come to in our process, all of the lies that we've been told all of our life, like through schooling, through religion, through movies, all of that stuff, everything that we thought was truth has been a lie. So it's like that's all been pulled out from under us. So if you've done the inner work and then you're not sort of looking at the outer world, and then it all crashes, people are going to be like, it's going to be really, really hard. And then there's going to be those that are, living in their full wounds, and they're awake and they know what's going on. They're really angry and everything like that, but they haven't done the inner work. It's going to bring up all of this rage and everything, and there's not the coping mechanisms to be able to sort of ground it. So it's going to get really chaotic. It's going to get really, really chaotic. And this is why we need to be really grounded and just the embodiment of who we've become. So I will do a tune in and we will see what comes through. So I feel like my vocation has moved now from, a realm worker. Now I'm a bridge builder, bridging between the mystical and the mundane. Because, like I said today in the earlier thing, we've got to move up out of this mundane parts of the mind, stay grounded, see the outer world as a reflection of who we are. And now I see the outer world, it's amazing. Like, all of these beautiful, amazing, magical things are happening, and that's where I'm focusing my energy. People see me, it's like, I don't even open it now. It's like, none of my business. So it's just like, your inner world will reflect what you see in the outer world, and vice versa. So I will tune in and see what we have got as a message for this, and I'll see you on the other side. Greetings, dear hearts. We are most pleased to be connecting with you at this time, we being the higher selves of all of those present, and the higher selves of the interdimensional beings that are here present at this time, assisting in this process of humanity's evolution into its highest form and frequency of light. We would like to offer you some assistance with this process tonight. So we would call upon the higher selves of all of those that are present through all dimensions and time that are receiving this transmission. We would ask that you feel your higher self standing behind you, placing their hands upon your shoulders. As they do so, you feel yourself filling with light. You feel this light pouring in like a golden beam coming down from the cosmos into your crown chakra. And as it comes down into the crown chakra, it comes into the head and floods the head with the purest of light. And when it does so, it activates the pineal gland at the back of the head and turns on a switch. So all of the programs of the pineal gland, where it has been decalcified and fluoridated and poisoned so that you do not have access to all of your gifts, now being cleansed and cleared with the highest frequency of light. And as this light switches on, this energy moves forward to your third eye. We are now pulling from the third eyes all of those cords and contracts and vows, all of those illusions, all of that which you have been carrying that has not been given you the picture of clarity that you would like and the life of perfection that you seek. For many have been looking at their lives through a distorted lens, wanting the white picket fence, yet still having the anger and abandonment within inside of them. So they may attract that. They may attract the combination of that. They may attract the home with the white picket fence if that is what they choose. And then they will also attract the relationship that mirrors the upbringing and the damage that has been brought to the psyche. We would now bring this energy as we pull out all of the cords, the contracts, and the vows from the third eye. We awaken all of the third eyes of humanity who are ready for this at this time. And as we do so, see the pathway ahead of you cleared. See a golden pathway where there are no obstacles. The only obstacles on your pathways are those that you place there with your mind. So now seeing a world that is filled with peace. Seeing a world that is filled with joy and good health. See a world now that is filled with vibrance, as all are living in the true beingness of who we are. See now the children happy and laughing and safe, growing to realize their full potential, and seeing this energy filled with abundance, as your life is being fulfilled on every level. See your health being fully restored, your energy vibrant and alive. See yourself becoming the highest version of who you are, living the greatest life, and feel that energy now in your pathway. And as you do so, amplify this energy, then bring it back into the here and now, back into the third eye. And as it does, it comes down into the throat. And as it comes into the throat, this golden liquid removes any chains, any cords, any contracts, any ropes that may have been put around your neck, any collars, anything that would prevent you from speaking your truth. See now this all being through all dimensions in time and space, the throat chakra of humanity now being opened and awakened so we all may stand in our truth and speak with passion, knowing that there is no more persecution, only that from which comes within you. Feeling now this energy of the throat, the golden energy coming down into the spiritual heart that sits between the throat and the physical heart. This is your sacred inner sanctuary. This is your place to come when you go within. This is a place that holds the highest frequency of light. It holds all of your knowledge and wisdom. This is a place you can visit when you wish to go to the Akashic records, or when you want to have that insight and inspiration from your higher self energy. So we're clearing now the anahatas of all of humanity now, the spiritual heart. The golden light now comes down into the physical heart. And as it does, it clears all of the chambers through all dimensions in time and space of all of the betrayal, all of the sadness, all of the abuse, the abandonment, the neglect, all of the victimhood, all of the bullying, all of those things that you've experienced, all of the disappointment, the betrayal, the heartache, all of that which has prevented you from having your heart fully open to be love. So see now all of the chambers of the heart being cleared with this golden liquid, all of the fibers of the heart. And as it does so, feel yourself coming right into the core of your heart with this golden liquid. Feel the pulsation of your heart. Feel the power of it as it oxygenates your blood, and it brings about the stem cells in the body being reactivated to their highest light, removing all obstacles, all pain, all anger, all resentment, all of that which you have carried inside your physical body now as unresolved emotions, releasing this now, dissolving this now with this golden light. This golden beam of light now comes down into the solar plexus. And as it comes into the solar plexus, it lights up like the sun. Feel the power of this energy pulsating, for this is your place of power. And if this is disconnected from your heart or your sacral, you will find that your energy is blocked. You will find that you are tired, that your digestion is not working as it should be. Releasing now from the solar plexus of all of humanity, all of the belief systems of unworthiness, of not being enough, of comparing yourself to others. All of those beliefs that have been opposed upon us by society, by our parenting, by our ancestors. All of the false beliefs of you can't do this. You have to be this way. You have to be this person. You have to do this. You have to do that. No, you can't do that. All of the false beliefs of not enoughness and unworthiness now being released from the solar plexus. And as it does, you see this as the bridge that comes down from the heart into the solar plexus, down into the sacral. The sacral, the place of the inner child, this golden liquid is coming in here now. Seeing your divine masculine and feminine inner child. See them sitting together now, and they may have felt abandoned or neglected or left behind. They may have spent their whole life feeling so alone, having to navigate this density of energy, not feeling safe, not feeling wanted, not feeling worthy, feeling all of the grief and pain and the trauma of the mother that have gone through the ancestral lines. And the mother through the womb carries the lineage of both sets of parents. So feeling now the dysfunction of the male and the female lineage now. See this being lifted from your inner children within, the divine masculine and divine feminine. See all of the burdens that they've carried of not being enough, of not being able to share their gifts, to be the powerful magical beings that they are. See this now being released from all of humanity with this golden liquid, the golden liquid of alchemy. See now your inner child coming together, the masculine and feminine merging together as one. The divine feminine open and receptive, intuitive and protective of her cubs like that of a lion. And see the divine masculine now protecting, providing comfort, providing for the family's needs, the material needs, building, growing, supporting, and see the two of them working together in divine harmony, working together and flowing as one. There's no more need for control or no more need to people please, for approval, for you have the full approval of your inner self. Feeling this beautiful golden liquid now coming down into the womb, the base and the place of all creation. Feel now the Divine Mother, the healing of the Divine Mother, coming back to her sacred space of nurturing, of loving, of comforting, of nourishing, of feeding her children from her body, of feeding her children from the earth. And see this also as the reflection of Mother Earth. And see now the Divine Father coming in, whole and healed, the Divine Masculine and Feminine, Divine Mother and Father, the God and Goddess, the brother and the sister, the husband and the wife, all of the aspects of the Divine Masculine Feminine now, feeling safe to move forward in the world, feeling safe knowing that you are supported by the earth and that all of your needs will always be met. Feeling safe to put your stake in the ground and show that you are here for the long haul, and that you have come through the fire and you have come into this new dawn. Feel now the safety of the Divine Mother and Father. And feel that Divine Mother and Father now wrapping their arms around you, around your inner child, around your belief systems now. And feel now your belief systems changing to courage, to knowing rather than hope, to manifesting rather than wanting, to be living in the fullness of who you are. Feel now this energy of integration through your whole body, and now send your roots deep down to the core of the earth. As you feel this integration, feel your roots connecting with your crystal that's at the core of the earth. This crystal has been with you since the beginning of time and has been tuned to its highest frequency of light. Feel now the energy of all of your codes of remembering and awakening, all of your gifts, all of your knowledge, all of your wisdom. Feel them all now moving up into your auric field through your roots into your physical body. And also too, feel your roots now connecting with all of the other beings beneath the planet. See this like an electrical current going through Mother Earth. All of the roots that are connecting with our oneness, with our consciousness of cooperation, communion, harmony, love, and all of that which has been stolen from humanity, see it now being restored in each and every being. See this too being restored through all of the lands of Mother Earth as she is now birthing into a whole new form, as are we, her children. Feel now the calmness and the power of this. Feel now the energy of these roots as they go through all of the root systems of all of the trees, purifying, cleansing, clearing, sending signals to all of the trees across the planet. You are safe. And feel this energy extending into the earthways, clearing all of the earth, purifying, releasing all of the toxins, all of that which no longer serves humanity now. Feel the power of this as all of the earths across Mother Nature are now being cleansed and cleared. And see this energy of the root system going into the waterways, purifying all of the water, so that all beings on the planet are drinking the purest water, which is your absolute birthright. Feel now the clarity of this. Imagine now you're putting this water in your mouth and you can feel it flooding your cells, your atoms, and your DNA, taking you to the highest frequency of light. Feel the sustenance of this as you are being nurtured as is Mother Earth. See now the energy of this for all of the animals, for all of the livestock, for all of humanity now being healed with this beautiful golden light that comes from us, that comes from our consciousness, from our awakened beingness. So feel now this energy as it amplifies through the earth, through the waterways, through the trees, and into the higher realms also, releasing all of the souls that have been trapped on the lands, all of the torture of all of the children, all of the beings, all of that which has been against love, all of that which has been against God, all of that now which has come from a place of fear. We send a wave of love to all of this, and may the seeds of divinity be planted within each and every being on this planet. And if they are not able to access that at this time, may they be taken to another dimension in time and space, where they can go through the process of evolution and growth. It may take them thousands of years like it has for us. However, those seeds of divinity have now been planted. So now as we bring this energy back into our physical bodies, feel it swirling into your feet. Feel the power of it now, knowing that you've done some magnificent healing work for the planet, that this is a part of the ascension and the awakening. Feel this energy now coming up through the roots into the soles of your feet, and feel yourself planted here firmly. For each and every one of us chose to be here at this time. And when the energy is feeling like it is unstable, remember this. Remember to send your roots down to connect with your crystal. Remember the alignment of who you are. And now this energy that comes up from the earth into the soles of your feet is like a golden beam of light that's coming up now, coming through your feet, through your legs, all of the way through your body, through your chakra system, and up and out of the top of the head, coming up again, connecting with the cosmos. Feel now this energy as it comes down into your auric field, and the full armor of God being placed upon every being on this planet at this time. For all of those that are choosing the path, many are awakening and coming to this place now. So we are sending compassion and light to those that come behind us. And we send compassion and gratitude for those that have come before us. For we are the bridge walkers. We are the ones that are co-creating between the two worlds and bringing the two worlds together. So feeling now this energy as it moves through, and the full armor of God is placed upon every being. And with the full armor of God, see your heart now radiating out pure light. This light is radiating out for all of humanity, for all beings, above and below, beneath and beyond. Feel now the purity of the planet. Feel now all of this energy as it courses through, the energy of abundance and love and confidence and creativity and power and passion. And all of those dreams that you did not believe would be able to manifest now, feel them, call them back in now. bring them into their highest frequency of light. You are a channel of amplification now. So bring this energy in. Feel every cell, every fiber, every atom, and every part of your DNA now fully restored back to its original perfection of love. And as you do so, we send this love back to all of the ancestors on the male and female lines, for all beings on this planet, back to the beginning of time, releasing all fear from the DNA, restoring it back to its original perfection of love. Sending love back to all of the ancient ancestors, giving thanks for all that they have had to come through for us to be who we are, to be where we are. Giving thanks for all of the lessons and the blessings and the pain and the tribulations, and letting it all go now. And now as you do this, you feel yourself coming into your own sovereign light. Feel yourself moving forward into the world fearlessly, knowing that all is well. You will never go without. The universe will provide for you always when you trust, and knowing that thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, and so it is. And so it is. Whew. So if anyone wants any help to bridge the awakening and the healing, like there's areas that are tripping you up, just get in touch, because this is the time to do this. While the energy is so intense, we're just got to ride these waves, and oh my God, the other side is just exquisite, and it just gets better and better. Like you go through a transformation, then on the other side it's even better than it was before. And every time you do go through a really deep process, the rewards and the things that open up are just incredible. The things that open up in your life. So sending you all so much love. I'm so excited for this energy. I'm so excited to be able to walk with any of you, build that bridge of healing or whatever it is that you're needing at the moment, because we're going to need it, and we're going to need to be grounded and sorted so that we can be, helping those that are coming through. So sending you all so much love and so many blessings, and I look forward to talking to you very, very soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful night.